Hello, friends, and welcome to a all-new episode of All New Snap Judgments. As always, I'm Roy Rogers, and joining me today is my friend and yours, Aaron Glazer. Aaron, my friend, happy American Thanksgiving to you. How are you doing on this wonderful, wonderful beginning of the Christmas season here in the
great.
U.S.?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize we were double U.S.ing here. I'm doing pretty well. Things are going good. We're being very capitalist. I spent all my money today.
I feel you. I also, for the first time in many years, went to Black Friday. I went to my literal friendly-looking local game store because it is like a 20-minute walk from my house, and spent some money and signed up for a Magic tournament. All that good stuff that you can do. I hope that you, our loyal listeners and loyal viewers, had a wonderful Thanksgiving if you celebrated. If you didn't, I hope you had a great Thursday. Glazer, who is joining us as we kick off this, again, Christmas season here in the United States?
We are joined by the variant god of Marvel Snap, and I'm so sorry that you can't see his beautiful face today. We've got Super Tech God. How you doing, Ken?
I'm great. How about you guys?
Real good.
Pretty good.
If our people wanted to find you, and by the end of this episode we know they will, how could everyone find you?
Check me out on all the socials. Super Tech God is the handle. The only place it's different is over at YouTube, and it's STG-Marvel Snap.
All right. So in addition to STG, we also have 5 other guests. One might even say a top 5 other guests. How you doing, Sino?
What's going on, bro? And if you didn't know, I am the top 5 best snappers in the world. Sino. Because I snapped that hot fire, you heard? Yeah, thank you for having me, guys. Yes, it's awesome to be here.
So it's always disappointing when we have guests on and they don't do their spiel at the beginning. Like, we've had Collins on and he never does how you doing at the beginning. It's always like, Come on, man. Come on.
He did it the first time.
Oh, did he? I think we made him. All right.
You got to, right? You got to give the people what they want.
Sino, how can our people find you?
You can find me on Twitch under Sino Montana 829. You can find me on Twitter under Sino Montana. Yeah. It's pretty much where I'm at.
Awesome. Well, real quick, I will remind our loyal listeners and loyal viewers how they can engage with us on social media. We are at SnapJudgeCast on Twitter /X or Y or whatever Elon Musk is calling it until he's thrown out as CEO. We are, of course, very proud to be the official podcasting partner and podcast of Marvel Snap Zone, and you should go and join their Discord. It is the best large Discord in all of the Marvel Snap community. It's great. Lots of great conversation going on, and Aaron is in there answering your questions, including why are we recording on a different day? You can find the answer to that in the Marvel Snap Zone Discord if you want some behind-the-scenes stuff. Our email is snapjudgmentspodcast@gmail.com. We are on everyone's favorite extinct animals social media network, Snap Judgments, with an E at tabletop.vip on Mastodon. And last but not least, most important of all of these socials is our YouTube channel. You may have found us here on the Marvel Snap Zone YouTube, but we have our own YouTube at Snap Judgments Pod, where you can get daily Snap Take videos from Glazer, including on holidays. He is unstoppable, constantly producing content for you, our loyal listeners and loyal viewers. So, Aaron, if those loyal listeners were to become loyal viewers of the YouTube, what would they find right now?
All right, so we've turned every episode into a full show, which is 3 brand new decks. I don't know why I'm holding up 3 fingers like people can see me, but 3 brand new decks. Shop and bundle guides in between, pro tips in between, general prediction stuff. Like, every episode is now a full show. But also worth noting, this very podcast will be moving to weekends. We're going to be recording from now on Thursday nights, which means if we're lucky, we'll be getting out Saturday, maybe Sunday, as the case may be. That lets us actually talk about new cards and OTAs in a reasonably timely manner, instead of being like, how do you think Loki is? Oh, I think he's going to be mediocre. Oops. And by the time everyone hears it, it's like, well, that was bad. So
Right.
we will be doing our recording later in the week so we can get this podcast to you in a more, I don't know, effective way.
All right, but that actually doesn't start next week, Aaron. It starts the week after.
No, it starts in 2 weeks. That's actually true. Yeah, next week we're actually missing Roy because we made Devilish take off work to record on a Tuesday, and Roy can't do that Tuesday. But since he's in the UK and taking off work, we have to go ahead with the recording.
We definitely do. We're looking forward to that episode. All right, let's jump right into it with this week's brand new card, the one that is, I think, very polarized in my experience of reception and playing against it, is Annihilus, right? Isn't that what you called it, Glazer? It is Annihilus. All right, so what do you get for your 6k tokens here? You get a 5 cost, 7 strength on reveal. Your cards with 0 or less power switch sides. Destroy those that can't. All right, Super Tech God, what do you got? What tech do you have for this brand new card?
Well, of course, this card goes great with the Sentry package and any other, like the Hood, all the cards that you want to kind of get tossed over to your opponent's side, as well as working with Man-Thing, right? So if you have those cards that have at least 1 or 2 costs and you want to kind of get them down to that 1 or 0 power, you can then use Man-Thing and then toss them over to the side. I think Annihilus is OP. He needs to be nerfed ASAP. I think that second function of his, where it says destroy those that can't, needs to be deleted.
There's no way they're doing that.
I know, but I'm just saying, that's what I feel. Card's great, OP, but for that last line, I think it's going to be a problem.
Sino?
I did not get an. See, now I don't know what to call him because
Annihilus.
Because Glazer did such a great job. Annihilus there, I was like, oh, okay, I like it too. I might just say that now. Annihilus, it's not my style of play, but I was intrigued on the whole sending cards to your opponent's side. I mean, of course, you have the hazmat combination that can go with that also. I was thinking more of destroy, maybe send some squirrels over there too, and it destroys anything that doesn't go over there. So maybe you buff up your null. I don't know how you would make that work quite yet. Maybe it has to be some electro thing worked in there too. I see the intriguing part of it. It's not my style of play, so I wasn't drawn to it. So I didn't use a key on it. But I see the intriguing part of it. I see the toxicity and the frustration that people are going to go through with this card. It's almost like in the Legion realm, if you think about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Almost in that type of toxic area. So I think it's an okay card. I don't think it's a must-have, but if you're a fan of Clog, if you're a fan of frustrating your opponent, then yeah, you're gonna love this card.
So Snap has become a game of little packages. Like there's a little bounce package that runs like Beast, Falcon, Werewolf by Night, and a couple 1-drops. There's a little Darkhawk package that's existed forever, right? That runs Darkhawk, Korg, and whatever else. Now I think
And
there's
Mystique,
also an Annihilus package that runs Sentry, Hood, and Annihilus, and sometimes Debris. And like figuring out how to mix and match those packages when, I think, is a lot of the game. I think right now he's just very good, but I think the second that everyone stops teching directly against him, he's going to be OP.
Yeah.
It's just the amount of times that you can not play turn 6 because he's so strong is a little too high, and like that's limited right now because the most popular deck far and away is Destroy, which is just like, thank you for the free fodder. But when that goes away, like I would assume Destroy is not going to be the most popular deck for the rest of the history of Marvel Snap, and it certainly won't be in any tournament. So what do we do then? Like, I think that this is going to be a really great card. And if you're just trying to climb on ladder and play on Conquest right now, and you bought this card, then I think you're just looking at a little package of it with another good package, whether that be Bounce, whether that be Lambie just posted a Shuri version of this. Like whatever version that may be, that's going to be really powerful.
Yeah, I totally agree. Sorry,
I think.
go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, Super Tech Dog.
No, I totally agree with that. I think once everybody stopped mirror matching and trying to play against it, especially like you said with Destroy right now being the hottest thing out there, Annihilus will become a bigger problem. And yeah, I think the biggest package I've seen right now, pause, that's actually doing big things is the Werewolf by Night bounce package is doing big things right now. But yeah, if Lambie put out a Shuri one, I'm sure it's going to be bananas too. But yeah, right now on the ladder, that's the big thing. And I think Annihilus was a card that most people wanted and were talking about coming into this season. I looked at it and said, okay, it's going to be good for those people who like toxic decks. But yeah, it's beyond that now. So,
I think that this card, I agree with everything, but the one place I disagree is I disagree with Tech that this card deserves to be nerfed. I think there's enough counterplay both in the current meta with Destroy, which is I think a pretty accessible deck for many people who are mostly Series 3 complete. Obviously Series 3 is arbitrary, but I think that there's also like Discard is pretty good against Annihilus because Discard only needs like total of 3 to 4 like open spots in the whole game. Right. Like there's a lot of like counterplay to Annihilus that I think that it's going to end up being, I think, a pretty healthy card, all things considered, because it does, I think, play both a good stuff role, but also allows you to go all in on it. And I think some of the most successful and popular cards in Marvel Snap have kind of been those cards. And I don't think it needs to be nerfed. I'm the resident scrub on this podcast. So like in these like lower ranks where I'm frequently playing, Annihilus is seeing play and I lose to it sometimes. I beat it sometimes. I've never felt like it's oppressive in the ways in which sometimes it can feel like Loki is, or even like insane destroy draws. Like I think that sort of Annihilus, if you realize what they're doing, you can play around it. And I think a lot of decks right now are pretty well equipped. The question I have actually for all of you is how you feel this card plays against Loki. Like, is it like a good answer to Loki? Or is it like, oh my God, my opponent is going to have my Annihilus cards
and send my stuff right back at me?
And send my stuff right back at me.
Exactly. I've seen that done too. That's pretty sick.
So what do we think? Because Loki,
first off, Roy, I just want to say that you don't ever have to feel bad about disagreeing with Super Tech. I do it quite often. I wear it as a badge of fucking honor. Okay, and I think you can too. So don't worry about it, Roy. He's good. He's not a.
Wow. The way he's right.
Wow.
Disagree with me all the time. It's totally fine. So the way I feel about it against Loki is not an answer to it at all. I think Loki copying Annihilus and even two of your cards, right? Whether it be Sentry or Hood or Debris or anything else, I think it's already OP at that point. Loki already has what it needs. Loki being a 3 cost right now? Is it still a 3 cost or 4 cost?
It is a 4 cost now.
4 cost. Yeah. Loki being a 4 cost, yeah. You're paying Annihilus on 5 anyway. So you kind of, be able to get Annihilus at a lower cost and being able to play it on turn 5 still feels bad, especially if you're playing Loki with other types of cards that can help you with the Annihilus. I think is not an answer at all to Loki.
So I think Junk was better against Loki before Annihilus.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have an option to send all that junk right back at you.
Yeah,
Is that what you're feeling?
Yeah, they would steal your cards, right? And they would be like, oh, great, I just got a Debris. Right? And now, like, if they can Loki on 4, they can, like, either...
Which isn't necessarily bad. You got to discount Debris, kind of clog up your opponent. I mean, unless they're running Destroy, you don't feel bad about that as bad. You know what I mean?
But if they already, like, Loki didn't want it because they wanted it. Right. Like them or you playing Debris is the same amount of clog. And, like, you just don't want that, like... With Loki, you want to... So, part of the reason Bounce is good against Loki, or like the Darkhawk Bounce good against Loki, is because most of the cards individually kind of suck. Like, they're like, oh yeah, last turn Korg, last turn Nico, last turn Hood, not Demon, right? Like, those aren't things you want to be doing. So that's kind of what Junk was giving. When Junk wasn't running Sentry and wasn't running Annihilus, Junk was giving Loki a bunch of crap it really didn't want to play. And now, like, it's got Annihilus, it's got Sentry, and, like, it's like, ooh, thank you. Like
Yeah.
those have real stats on them.
Merry
Right.
Christmas.
And like
Nah,
if you've got a
I get it.
Quinjet out, you can play both.
Yeah, exactly. I totally get it. That is a super frustrating thing to have to go through if you're the opponent.
I don't even think that Mobius is a good counter to Loki. I think Loki just needs to be tweaked a bit where it can be in that same realm of, hey, we have things that can stop it, you know? Right now, I don't think there's any, like you said, the normal bounce, yes. Any other card list that, like you said, if you have just that card that's good by itself, that makes sense. I mean, some of this card too, not the one with APOC, but I think more so like the Black Knight package, I think is good against Loki too. Because at that point,
That's what she said.
you know, it's already too late to get into that, you know, that whole combo.
So as this goes live, oh my god, I can't think of their names. What's the tournament happening this weekend? Rally Cry? No. What's it called?
No, Snaps, not Snap Stars, Impulse.
Team Impulse. Thank you. It just wasn't coming to mind. The Impulse tournament happening.
Yes.
Right? Like, so the Fiona tournament was weird enough that Loki just got banned from the format into not existing.
Right.
I want to see how Loki does in this tournament before I like start demanding Loki be nerfed. I think Loki is like the most likely card to be nerfed still.
Facts.
But I like because Alphonse's life got busy, we don't have as many tournaments. So like we're dealing with imperfect data, right? We know that there's a top 30 Hela deck. We know that there's a top 10 Shuri deck. We know that like Dara plays whatever the hell he wants into the top 10, right? Like, so we know that like Loki isn't the only top of the meta deck unless you're Lambie, and like Lambie with Loki is unfair, but like Lambie with anything is kind of unfair,
right?
So,
yeah, it's OP. Lambie is OP,
it's just like it's watching him play is frustrating. So it's like, why did you do that? And it's like, oh, that was perfect. 3 turns later, why didn't I see that? Oh, I'm not clairvoyant, right? But it's fine. But like, so my like maybe Loki is the best by an awful lot, right? But I'm inclined to believe Glenn when he says it's not really like it's number one, but it's not like far above everything else,
Right.
even at the very top of the Infinite Ladder. And if that's the case, and it's not going to dominate this tournament, then I think we can sort of leave it alone. I don't think any good Loki cards are coming out like anytime soon. So
Right.
I think that like if it's the best, but like it's the best by a little bit, I don't really care. I think that's totally fine.
I think Loki still get nerfed only because of Loki, only because of the masses, right? Majority of people want it to be nerfed. So I think if they do not nerf it, it becomes a problem. I think same thing goes for Eliath. It hasn't been touched yet, but it needs to be because the majority of people.
Touched?
Yeah, but okay. Technically, you're right. He was touched. He wasn't nerfed.
Okay, fine. He was definitely nerfed. So look. So okay. So Eliath people hate. I don't see
I wouldn't
anybody.
get into depth about it, but do you have like other questions that kind of run into it? I don't know how you
we could just keep wondering.
okay.
It's fine.
Cool.
But but it's Friday. All right. But okay. So here's my logic. The circles we run in hate Loki and think Loki is OP, right?
Right.
But like random person, like I never see anyone that's not in the creator program complain about Loki.
Right.
It's like the creator program hates Loki, but like there's I don't know, way too many of us, but like 200 of us. That's not the majority of the players in the game, and I don't know if we represent it because I'll be in streams and people will be playing Loki. No one seems to care.
No, Loki's not that much of a problem anymore. I think because of all the other cards came out afterwards and the way you can get the fact that he's a 4 now, I think he's not that much of a problem, right? He's still an issue, but he's not that much of a problem because when Loki happens to you, it hurts, right? Because like shit, you took my cards, you got it at a lower cost, able to destroy me, my combo that I wanted to do. So I get that whole purpose of people not liking Loki. But when you're using Loki, it's the best thing ever, right? So I mean, to me, I get what you're saying, but because the population of the creator program don't like Loki, Loki has to get touched. But I don't think Loki is the worst or the biggest.
Maybe it's just
offender
preference,
out there,
bro. Maybe it's just a preference thing. Maybe it's damaging to certain people's card lists and certain people's texts that it frustrates them to no end. I mean, maybe it's because I run mostly like hella. Also, it's like it doesn't really bother me. You know what I mean? Because I know that I'm gonna do. I got my combination to get all my stuff out quick. I'm gonna be good. You might not necessarily. You didn't have the setup that I had, or if like in Shuri, if I like Shuri Red Skull or something like that. If I know I got my Shuri down, I'm like, all right, cool. Whatever Red Skull or She-Hulk, Infinite, whatever the hell you're pulling out, I know I'm gonna be better because I have my Shuri out. I know I can double my power and then maybe task it later on and be fine. You know what I mean? I don't know if you can, with Loki, pull that off like I can pull it off.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, look, I want to revisit this, like, at the end of the weekend. I want to see what happens in the Impulse tournament. If Loki runs through it, then I think it goes back up on ladder, and like I think the play rates start to go through the roof again. But because it's a couple months old, because like there's enough stuff in the wild that it's bad against, like Shuri, Hela. It wasn't good against the previous versions of Junk. It's still really weak against Discard. It's not great into the current bounce lists. I think there's enough stuff out there that keeps it in check that for most people, it's an annoying thing, not a game-breaking thing.
Right. Alliath, however, we're not going to talk about.
Oh, I hate that fucking card. I hate that fucking card. Beyond belief.
I think also the thing about Loki, right, is to beat Loki requires like a counterintuitive thinking that a lot of other, like that Marvel Snap doesn't generally encourage. Like actually, I think right now Marvel Snap is really encouraging good stuff decks, including Loki itself. But of course, the most successful decks against Loki are high synergy decks, right? And so there's this like cross pressure that I think in some ways is really healthy for Marvel Snap. But if every other force in the metagame is telling you to do one thing, but this powerful thing is telling you to do something else, it creates a cognitive dissonance that I think you see this in a lot of card games that like players don't handle really well, including even players at like the highest level, right? Like the sort of cross pressures that decks like Loki put on metagames. Like you actually see this in Magic the Gathering right now. There's in the modern format, there's actually a very similar situation to what Loki's going on. We're a really powerful deck that's hated by a lot of people, but the pressure of the metagame make it so that there are answers to it, and mathematically it's not actually a problem. And so the people who are buying into those cross pressures are really enjoying the metagame, but a lot of other people are just like not, because of this fundamental pressure that in this case Loki, but in the Magic example, deck called Scam, and plays it. So like it's a very common problem for card game metas to fall into. So it's sort of be interesting to sort of how Secondary digs itself out of the situation, or doesn't, or chooses to just see if the new cards get them through.
All right. Let's keep it moving with our Thankful for Snap topic. What we're going to do is we're going to go over 10 different topics, and we're going to go over things we are thankful for in Marvel Snap. Everyone here is American. That's why we didn't invite Robitussin.
No Canadians.
No Canadians allowed. Roy's wife is in another room. They have a confused Thanksgiving. So, it's all right.
Wow.
My Colombian wife is away. We're all good. We're set. We are celebrating American Snap Thanksgiving by going over 10 topics of things that we are thankful for in Marvel Snap. Let's go. Any questions before we start? I feel like we're all good.
No, I think we're fine.
straight. Yeah.
Make it happen.
Okay. All right. Right. Take it away.
All right.
Oh, did I just...
You need to switch the
not
slides.
click slides? Yeah.
All right. So, thankfulness in Snap. Number 1, content creator. 1 big and 1 growing. We'll start with Sino. What is your favorite big content creator, or one that you're thankful for, and one that is growing?
All right. I'm thankful. 1 big content creator. Now I watch Eggs. She used to be Eggs for Sale, but Eggs. I like Eggs' style. She has a very East Coast type of attitude and sense of humor. Me being from Brooklyn, I can appreciate that shit. You know what I mean? So it's like I can appreciate a rugged, rough style. You know, I was gonna say somebody else, but I felt like that would be biased. I felt like if I said STG, everybody would be like, "Yeah, fucking duh."
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I'm big in size. I'm not big as a big content creator.
I could have AO'd you on that, but I let you go.
I'm just saying.
But you know, nah, bro, you're up there. I also watch a lot of Molt. I watch Dexter. So those are also big content. I don't watch a lot of the big mainstream guys. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I mostly watch the up and comers. So the one growing, I would have to say. Now if I say Robotussin, that's like fucking biased also. So shout out to little Robotussin. So, but I'm gonna say Prashan. I'm gonna say Prashan is.
I thought you were gonna say Robo, so I was gonna say Prashan.
You know what? I'll go with Robo, so it doesn't take your answer.
It's fine. Take it. There's plenty. Okay, I'll go someone else.
All right, cool. Shout out to Robo also. I just think he's great. He's awesome. Great vibe. Very similar to myself as far as like hip hop and all that stuff goes. But Prashan, great gameplay. You guys saw Prashan in SnapCon. He went far in that tournament. I was really impressed. I've actually gotten to know Prashan pretty well since then, which is trippy. So like, yeah, I'm actually really good friends with him. So it's like it's awesome to watch his stream and watch him progress. So I'm gonna go with that. I gave you a few. I cheated.
Yeah, you did for sure.
You ate up a lot of people's options there, Sino.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. All right, we'll go. I'll go to Glazer here and give Super Tech Dog some time to go through Sino's list and be like, oh, who did he not name? All right, Glazer, what you got?
All right. My favorite big one is Lambie. I absolutely love Lambie. That's my guy. I hang out with him all the time. Yeah. I think Lambie is fantastic. Like, whenever I'm on his stream, like, so what I like about Lambie is he has time for everybody, right? Mm-hmm. Like, if you're on his stream, like, no one else here does that at all. But, like, everyone who has an opinion or has a thought, he will stop, think about an answer. Ken does that too. Right. Yeah. But like, it's really cool because some streamers don't. Some streamers are just like they ignore half the comments, and like Lambie never does. He thinks about everything, which is probably why he's insanely good. I'm gonna list a few smaller creators too. Then I'm gonna list two. I'm gonna start with Obi. Obi Haved. We love Obi. It was gonna be Prashan, but we're gonna go with Obi. So Obi is great.
It's so easy, right?
I hang out in Obi's stream all the time. Oh, he's super cool. Yes. He makes really great content. His content feels sort of similar to Prashan's, like maybe because they both do interviews, but I think it's more than that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think they just have a similar vibe. Yeah. And my other small one, and I just want to shout out Peaceful. Mm-hmm. Peaceful shit is so good.
Yeah, I like Peaceful as well.
Also, I would shout out Wolver, but I don't know if he counts as big or small. But like Wolver Thor / Wolver Snap is firmly medium, and I love him. Medium. He's a great.
Yeah.
All right, Tech God, what is your tech here for?
Biggest, definitely. There's a couple, but I'm gonna go with two for sure. I'm thankful for Binks. Without Binks, for sure, I wouldn't even be streaming. Right. Binks saw how excited he was playing Marvel Snap. Him and Molt, but definitely Binks was first, so I'm gonna go with Binks. And my boy Alex Cochilla. Shout out to the Thanksgiving on October 14th for them in Canada. So Alex and Binks, very thankful for those two big content creators. And then the up and comings, there are a few, right? Psychotic Wolf, awesome, like watching his stuff.
Psychotic Wolf, shout out Canada's very own.
My boy Smooth Op, even though he does multiple games. Yes,
I don't even know who that is.
You know Smooth Op is?
I don't. You found someone I don't know. I'll follow as soon as this ends.
Oh man, Smooth Op. Oh man,
great guy.
And yeah, of course, Prashan, those other guys too I watch as well. Shiva from over at CCG Hub.
Yes.
And then last I just want to name JJ Roke. Very surprising.
JJ Roke.
JJ Roke. So those are my what I'm thankful for. The content creators are both growing and up and coming.
And shout out to all the up and coming and big content creators. If we didn't say no hard feelings. It's just we're just answering the question.
Well, I'll add three more.
70 people.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
Of course.
Yeah, I can go forever on that. Yeah, thanks. See, it wasn't so easy just to name one, guys. Huh? Chastise me.
There wasn't. So I'm going to go because I'm thankful for all the guests we have on the show. So I'm going to limit mine to just guests we've had on the show. And I'm also not 100% sure what counts as small. So I'll do sort of one, but so my people might be medium. but I can't go without doing this. And for smaller people, it's definitely Savage Yeti, right? Like Savage.
Yeti.
Okay,
I love Yeti.
Yeah,
It's both a
Yeti's awesome.
person and his content is really good. Helps me decide what I'm going to spend my hard-earned dollars on. And besides just being a really nice person. And then the other would be Fiona. Like I really, really enjoyed when we had her on the show.
Shade.
I thought that the tournament she ran was really interesting when I was able to watch it.
Super fun.
Like she's just incredibly thoughtful about the game and sort of games in general, and is honest to goodness one of my favorite guests that we've ever had on the show. And last but not least, although he might not within the context of Marvel Snap be the largest creator, but he's probably one of the biggest people in the space, and that's got to be Collins. Like Educated Collins, again, another person that is really thoughtful about the game,
Excuse me. Yeah.
and sort of like really, I think, approaches the game in a way that's different than a lot of the other like big content creators. I think like he and Lambie both are well, I think Colin's still making Hearthstone content, but like they have the Hearthstone mindset, but it causes them to make like different conclusions about the game that I think is like really interesting. And every time we've had them on the show, and the only episode of the show I've ever listened to that I've not been on is the one that Collins was on. So awesome. That's just sort of like my appreciation for Collins. And yeah, those are sort of my three folks. All right.
Good answer.
Next one.
All right, let's go to the next one before we start listing 15 other people.
Yeah, I was going to get to Dewberry and everybody else that we didn't get to. Does Lauren whatever count? What
Lauren counts? Lauren's great.
Don't forget Ordinary Harry.
Yeah.
Nino, who of course we also had on the show last time. But anyways, we will literally be here all day. If you want to know best big and small creators, go through Snap Judgment's guest list. We've had some amazing people.
Facts.
All right. Thing that's coming to Snap that we are most thankful for. Aaron, you came up with this question, so I want you to answer just so that you can give a baseline for what you need for this.
Let's go.
I mean, I can answer too, Glazer. If you need me to answer, I can answer too.
All right. Let guess first, please. Go ahead.
All right. I'm most thankful for the Hellfire Gala variants that are coming out next season. That's what I'm most thankful for. I know it is data mined, but geez, those Gala variants look phenomenal. So I'm most thankful for that. Now I know you're probably looking for a game mode or something else that's on the timeline. I guess the timeline sheet that we're supposed to get or we do get from Marvel Snap, but I'm waiting for these Gala variants.
They are good.
Yes.
So I am thankful for the upcoming fix to Series 3 and Series drops. They told us they're giving us an answer. They're not going to make it worse. They'll probably make it overcomplicated because it's Marvel snapping. God forbid they ever solve something simply. Like they're like, we need a way to give people cards. Let's do a new system that no one understands. It's better for them, but it's going to confuse them so that they quit. Like it'll be way overcomplicated, but I'm convinced that they're going to do something that's going to fix Series 3 and the Series drop situation. I think that's what they've been working on forever. I think that's been their big project, why they're not working on other game modes right now. They're trying to figure out how to make Series 3 not a 6 to 8 month ordeal. And I think that it's coming out, if not in the patch this coming week, I think it's going to be in the patch at the end of December into January. One of the two, I think, is going to be the big fix. I don't know what it is, but I have nothing but faith and belief that it will be very complicated and significantly better in a way no one understands. Until Lauren and Quinny do math.
That's fair. I like that.
I can go. Mine's is super simple. I'm thankful for things. Okay, I'm thankful for series drops that I hear are probably going to happen. I don't know what it is or what's gonna. I just heard that maybe it'll happen, and if it does, I'm super thankful for that because I've been saying we needed that to happen. I'm not paying 6,000 tokens for Howard the Duck. It is not happening, and the game is not going to break me. It's not going to break me, and I'm not going to do it. I don't care if I'm almost collection complete. I don't care. You're not going to break me, Marvel Snap, and I'm not going to fucking pay for Howard the Duck. That's 6,000 tokens. It's ridiculous. That's just crazy. That's insane. But So I'm thankful. Hopefully he's in there in the series drops, and I would be extremely thankful for that, because I do believe there are a lot of cards out there that are way too expensive and need to come down. Definitely the 3,000 tokens and easier to acquire. That's fine. Simple, plain.
So, just for the record, you know how I got Howard the Duck?
How did you get him?
The Jean Grey spotlights, the very first spotlight, he was my random card. I was just, the only cards I was missing at that point were Howard and Galactus. And I saw Howard come up, I was like, wait, that shouldn't be possible.
Apparently, our podcast is cursed because I opened 4 spotlight caches this week for an Annihilus. I took all 4. And I also needed X23, so I was all about it. But
nice.
The first one I opened was Howard the Duck as my random free. And I have a bunch of cards, like most of the Wolverine season. I don't have those cards.
What is going on?
I don't have Werewolf. There's lots of good pulls for me, but not Howard the Duck. Utterly useless. I can't even get to work on my phone. So there we go. All right.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not a Howard hater. Now I was born in '86, so I came up off the original movie Howard the Duck. So that was my shit. That was my movie, my favorite movie. But this Marvel Snap version, 6,000 tokens, is just something I'm never going to pay.
So what I'm thankful for is Night Nurse, the spoiled card. That card seems really, really interesting. The 2-for-2 that returns all discard or destroyed cards from the previous turn to your hand when she's played. I think it's super cool, and
I hope it stays that way. Hope it releases that way.
Me too. Yeah.
It's discarded also, isn't it? I thought it was just destroyed. It's discarded
and destroyed.
Also?
It's the current text that Marvel Snap Zone has. So that's what I'm thankful for. That card I'm really excited and will open caches for. Hopefully she gets better art.
I heard my prayers.
Hopefully she gets better art.
Right.
All right, next one, Glazer.
Favorite artist or variant type, and then your favorite card from that artist or variant type. And we're going to have to give Super Tech God 6 years to answer this.
So you
have to answer. He got one. I know he got one off the rip.
I already know. I got to pick from that favorite artist, though, you said, right?
Yeah, so that's the idea. Favorite artist and piece of art.
From that artist, though. So you pick the artist
from
you're
that
thankful
artist.
And the...
Yeah. I got you.
So we're doing favorite variant later. So
Oh yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so all right. So we're good.
So you're safe, bro. Don't panic.
Yeah, not panicking. I just figured,
He's Flaviano, because it's got to be.
You wanted to combine the two. Yeah, how do I combine the two together? No, you don't have to.
My favorite artist I would have to go with is Kim Jacinto. Big fan of Kim.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, all his cards are just on another level. All their stances are bananas. So I definitely like those type of variants. And I would say my favorite of them all would have to be the Shang-Chi.
Ooh,
I like the Shang-Chi.
Really?
Yeah, I like the Shang-Chi from Kim. That stance with the dragon in the background, wrapping around. I like that one a lot. There are some other cool Kim Jacintos, but the Shang-Chi was one of my favorites for a while. So I'm going to go with that one.
So my favorite Jacinto, I run the Sentry Jacinto all the time. It's gorgeous. But I think my favorite Jacinto is the Apocalypse one.
Yeah, was
the $100 one.
Yeah.
With the electricity coming out his eyes or something like that.
Yeah, coming everywhere. Yeah, the rocks, everything. Yeah, it's awesome. It's definitely a good one too.
That is a fire variant. Yes.
But to answer your question, truthfully, I love all variants. No variants are
all variants are created
equally. That's right. I love them all equally, even the pixels. But yeah, they definitely Kim is mine.
I had a question for Super Tech. Do you have all the variants? I didn't know. Do you have all the variants? Is that?
Oh my gosh! Yes,
I have all of it. Right, all of them. Oh, that was something I didn't know. You don't say it 1,000 times.
except the one from the Conquerors. I don't have that one.
Yes.
You should have bet on Terra.
This is hilarious. My wife is looking for her phone. Hold on one second.
Where's my phone? I actually might like the Ghost Rider better than the Apocalypse with the Jacinto.
Oh,
I didn't realize that Ghost Rider is Jacinto.
That Ghost Rider is bananas. It looks like his hair has come out of nowhere, right?
Yep.
The Galactus is cool too. I definitely like the Electro though. The Electro is, and the Brood, not bad either.
Yeah, but there's a hip for those. So if there's a hip, I don't need another variant.
Yeah. So Shang-Chi, I'm gonna go with that one. Definitely like that one a lot.
Right. Roy, you can say Dan Hip. Go ahead.
Yeah, so for me it's Dan Hip, and my favorite Dan Hip variant is the Iron Man, which was, I think, the login at launch, right? I think it was like the launch variant they gave you for free. It's one of my most upgraded variants. I love it to death, and I love 90% of Dan Hip variants. So, yep.
Awesome.
Damn,
Anyone else
I
have a
missed that.
favorite? Does anyone else have a favorite hip? Because I think mine is best.
Best is
Mine
really
would
good.
definitely be Infinite.
Oh,
Oh,
the Infinite's
crazy.
good too.
Ooh.
I like the Dan Hip Infinite.
I like best.
Best is cool. So,
I
what
like the
about you?
leech. The leech of the hip monkey. Hip is also fire.
Yeah, the good. Gladiator's
Me,
good too, though.
I'm gonna go with my favorite is the Kim Jacinto Galactus, but for the sake of being different, I'm gonna go with the Chibi Lady Thor. That is my second one. I find that very fucking intriguing. Just the splits you get on that, it is awesome. I haven't gotten it gold finished yet, but I will. But
Chibi has some good variants, yeah.
Yeah, the Chibi is has a lot of variants that I'm a fan of. The Super Scroll Chibi is also one of my favorite variants. So I'm gonna go that.
Shit, I don't know what my favorite chibi is. Anyone got a favorite chibi?
Tribunal Chibi is all. See, I can't pick. They're all.
I have to
they're
open
all
up my app and look here.
Yeah.
I do like the Super Scroll
See,
with
they
all
could
the
be
different scrolls, but it's not chibi. The Nebula Baby is my favorite, but it's not chibi.
The
so I
Rock
can't call
Slide
it.
is really
So
good.
I'm gonna go with Jeff.
The Rock Slide is really good. Chibi Jeff is great. All right,
Yeah.
I'm still
Chibi Jeff is
working
also
on an
good.
answer here. I keep looking up what I think are chibis and their babies. So
Yeah.
I'll go
matter of
with the Rion Dakin.
Oh, okay.
That
Because
Dakin is
that's a
beautiful.
Yeah, the one
What
from the
about the-
spotlight this week.
What about the Chibi Hulk?
Chibi
I don't
Hulk
like
is
it.
dope too.
I don't like
You
it.
don't like it with the
I don't like
butterfly?
it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's not my butterfly card.
You know why? He
Chibi
doesn't want-
Crossbones is pretty good too.
He doesn't want Hulk to have a sensitive
Chibi.
side. He's like,
I
Hulk
do,
should
'cause
have a
there's
sensitive side.
No. There's a butterfly I love. That's just not the butterfly. We'll get there. All right.
Hulk, no butterfly.
The Chibi Iron Man is not bad either with the rockets, right?
So I'm going with a variant type instead
Let's hear
of. I'm going noir. I love noir art. Hip would be my
Yeah,
answer,
good.
but I knew Roy was going to pick hip, so I had a backup plan. So noir is my favorite, and my favorite noir is the Howard in the Rain.
Yeah, I agree. That is one of the best noir variants out there. Is the Howard Duck in the Rain. If I had to pick my favorite noir, it would probably be Professor X.
Oh, nice. Any other noirs?
White Queen
Professor
is a good
X
one,
is
too.
really good. I'm gonna go with
The
Professor
Doc
X. too.
Ock is actually.
Oh yeah, Doc Ock
Oh,
is good too.
That Doc
The
Ock is
Doc
good.
Ock, yes.
Yeah.
The Doc Ock is awesome. The Black Cat.
Cat.
Yes, bro.
Oh yeah, the Black
Yes.
Cat is good too.
The White Queen, too. Don't sleep on the White Queen.
White Queen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a white
Nice.
queen that's really nice.
I was
With the
thinking
hat.
Colin Wing. That
I mean-
one's actually pretty, sinister looking.
The crossbones with the Coulson that go together.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fire. Yes, that one's
That is
dope.
good.
That one's dope.
I like basically every noir variant in the game. They're so good. They're so good.
Every single.
I do. All right. Next up, favorite thing or thing you're thankful for. This isn't favorites. This definitely isn't just a reskinned positivity episode. I promise. Favorite thing about playing the game and the metagame.
Favorite thing of playing Marvel Snap is definitely streaming it for the community and having a good time when everybody comes in the chats and we're having a good time. That's my favorite thing about playing Marvel Snap. Playing it offline, it's fun, but playing it online with everybody else, I think, is always a good time. As far as the metagame goes, right now, if we're able to, okay, well, yeah, we are. I do like getting the new cards every week. I think it definitely helps in the metagame. Currently, the meta is in a okay place. It was worse a month ago, but right now it's in an okay place. I still think a few cards need to be handled, but other than that, playing in the metagame right now is pretty fun.
Sino.
All right. thankful thing about playing the game, what I'm most thankful for about playing the game, is the feeling you get when you go infinite. I was gonna have two, so it's the feeling when you go infinite and you get to play stress free for a while. Well, now that they added this whole other ranking system afterwards, I'm sure a lot of people aren't stress free, but I do because I'm not trying
Me
to
too.
get
Yeah,
to
I'm
top.
stress-free.
It's not happening. You know, I have to sleep eventually. I have 2 kids. But as far as like that stress-free play, that means a lot to me. Like, I actually really enjoy the game the most, even though I'm not gonna lie, it takes a little bit out of it for the enjoyment out, because it's like, shit, I'm already infinite. It's like, you miss that little climb, that little addiction to that climb. But and then the feeling you get when you win an A-cuber, that shit is awesome. I'm most thankful for that. When you win A-cubes, that fucking adrenaline rush you get is awesome. No feeling like it. And then the meta. I don't want to be negative, so I has to be thankful, right?
If you want to be negative, be negative.
I was really enjoying the meta up until, I would say, Loki Alive came out. Then things started getting real rocky. It got real sweaty. It started to feel a little bit not so much fun as it did beforehand. Like, the meta was such in a great place. Felt like any card list could be used. I know I hate talking like this. I know people are gonna hear it and they're gonna be like, yeah, he's just complaining and all that. I love the game. I love playing it and everything. But sometimes this game can piss you off to no end. It can drive you fucking crazy. To the point where it's like, all right, you have to put your phone down, otherwise you're gonna break it, or you gotta, walk away from your computer because you're gonna break the screen or something. So it's like, I was really enjoying the meta beforehand. Now, yeah, things need to be fixed. That cloud that walks around, that dark cloud in the meta that just walks around ruining hopes and dreams. I feel like that has to be changed.
That's because you play Hella and it keeps eating your Hella.
Yeah, well, that and other things. Like that and other things. It just kills your turn 6. It's so
It doesn't kill my turn 6. I beat that shit. I like never lose to that card. Everyone's like, I lose that card all the time. Like, play Werewolf by Night, man. Just if you have priority, just like be like, oh, they're gonna drop Goliath there.
Just play Cosmo.
No. Just play Werewolf. You have priority because Werewolf is 17 goddamn power, and then I play a Nico there as my last card. My Nico gets eaten, and I have 17 power there, and I win.
Hanging over the community of Snap right now. It needs to be changed. In my opinion. You seem like a guy that likes to play Goliath a lot.
I don't. I never do. I really don't. I almost never play Goliath. I run decks that should run Goliath, and I run like Doom instead. I don't think the card is fun. I just play stuff that beats it because like I know it exists, right? Like
I get it, but
so if I'm not playing a big thing, I could just handle it.
It's definitely an obstacle. I mean, some people hate Loki and some people hate Goliath. I think it's just a split there. But yeah, that's I like the meta's cool. It could be better, but just trying to stay positive. It could be a little better.
All right. My favorite thing about playing the game is that I don't have to keep playing the same deck. Like, I've played games where like one or two decks are viable. And that's even like in the worst times of Marvel Snap, there's never 2 decks that are viable. Like, it's just, there's always an absolute ton of stuff to do. I never get bored. Like, I realized I hadn't played Bounce in like a week, so I played a bunch of Bounce. And then I saw that Ms. Marvel deck that Phil Woodward posted, and I was like, oh, weekend missions, and I did those, and it's just like, it feels like a totally different game when you're playing these different decks, and there's always something to do, and I love it. Like, it's why I can do so much content stuff, because I'm never bored, which ties into the meta thing. I've had, like, everyone from Lambie to Browday to Glenn be surprised that I can find 3 new decks a day, and they're like, you must just be changing 2 cards, and I'm like, no, sir, that would be cheating. And then, like, Glenn hasn't, but like the other 2 have been like, oh shit, you really do find different decks every day. It's like, yeah, different decks. And like that, so much shit is viable that I can find 3 goddamn new decks for 6 of the 7 days in a week is crazy. It's just wild. Like, people are like, this card is bad, that card is bad. There's like, how many cards in this game? 300-ish?
240.
240, thank you. How
I like
many
the way
are
you
like...
knew that just off the bat. He
Well,
didn't even have
well,
to think, hesitate.
the real question is...
I knew that.
I have every card.
I knew that because shout out to Eddie. Right, Eddie did a challenge where you had to make, I forgot, X amount of decks using not the same cards because there are now 240 cards in the game.
I could do that. Tell me what that challenge is, and I will
I'll send
send
it to you.
my shit, and I will dominate that challenge. That is like exactly where my joy is. You found my joy.
Yeah, see?
Not this weekend. I got to grade papers, but soon.
Yes.
But like, so 240 cards. There's like 20 that are actually bad. Like, you can find a good use. I needed Captain America boosters, and I found a Captain America deck that I had like a 60% win rate with. Like, there's just like, and like, I don't think I could do that with Punisher, right? I don't think I could do that with Elektra.
No, I don't think you could do that with Punisher, no.
But like, there's between 10 and 20 bad cards in the whole game of Marvel Snap that like are so bad that they make decks like enough worse that you're really losing something. Like, that's so cool. There's always something new to find, always something new to do. What my new challenge, I did 4 people today. I have people that are in the middle of Series 3 send me their collections, and then I just build them. I want to build them 8 decks that you can compete with whatever their collection is, whether they just got to Series 3 or not. And like, it's just, there's so many good cards. There's always a way to do that. There's always something to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, look, some people, I'm like, what are you opening? Like, are you just picking random spotlight caches? Because like, there's no theme, there's no rhyme or reason. I'm like, all right, well, like, we're gonna build a weird thing here, but like, look, you'll be able to win with it. You're not gonna win 70% of your games, but you'll be able to win. And some people are like, so I built this strategy, and I have the destroy deck and all the cards, and I have the discard deck. And I'm like, hey, that's easy. Look, you put these together. But like, anywhere in there, right? Like, it's just, there's ways to do it in this game, and I love that there's always ways to do it in this game.
I definitely like that. You're right. My little brother started playing Snap, both of them, about a month or so ago. So yesterday at Thanksgiving, that's all they want to talk about. Show me their card lists, what they put together, and it's impressive. I was like, listen, I love it. They're putting things together. They're seeing cards they've never seen before. Like, I showed them my collection, and they're like, oh, I need that so I could do this. And I was just like, yeah, I love where their mind were going. I was like, yo, this game could definitely do that. So I totally hear where you're coming from when it comes to that. That's definitely an awesome thing.
Did you tell them that they're never going to enjoy it more than they are right now to enjoy the shit out of this?
No, they're still going to enjoy it.
To a certain point,
No,
it's going to be sweaty. No, I'm just saying, like, this is the most, when you first start playing the game, I feel like it's the most non-sweaty part of it. I think it should be one of the most enjoyable experiences because you're just learning the game. You're not really worried about going to infinite. You're just, trying to get cards and trying to do combinations. The only sad part about it is you get to watch people like Tech play these crazy combos and you can't do it yet. That's the only part that makes you like sad. Like, oh man, I can't wait.
Be sad because you're gonna get there.
Yeah, but like to that point where it makes you like, damn, I want that card. You know what I mean? So it's actually one of the best parts of your Snap journey. So tell them to enjoy it.
Right.
So for me, it's when you do so many things that the game fast forwards through all the animations. That is like one of the most satisfying things that I've done in any card game. I think Glazer and I were on a discard call the first time it happened to me. I was like, what is this? And I was like, oh, this is sweet. And it's definitely something I enjoy doing. I think the other thing I appreciate actually about the metagame right now is that they have found a way to make beginner archetypes that had sort of like fallen off the face of the earth, destroy and discard, like back to being like meta decks. They may not be the tier 1 deck the way which like Loki is, but they are like destroy might be the tier 1 deck, but like, it's like up there, tier 1.5, tier 2. And these, I think that's like a really impressive managing of the metagame that a lot of other digital card games could learn from. So I'm thankful for that because I've been really enjoying discard recently. Like really enjoying it.
That was a great answer, bro.
All right. Discard is like one of the secret best decks right now.
Definitely my favorite. Definitely my favorite archetype. So from Lady Sif Ghost Rider days to now with Black Knight is just the best.
That werewolf and Black Knight, sure, you got to try it.
Yeah, I will. That I will do.
All right, friends. This next one, community thing. All right. Again, I'm going to start with Glazer here to give us some sort of guidance, to be an exemplar, to use the teacher term here, for what he means by this.
So, my favorite thing about the community is size doesn't matter. So, my favorite thing about the community is like, so I haven't talked to like the 4 biggest creators. Actually, that's not true. I talk to Alex once in a while, but like I haven't talked to like Cozy or Binks, right? But I've talked to fucking everyone else. Like everyone else makes time. They care about people. They talk to people. My favorite thing about the community is that like people seem to really like each other, care about each other. No one's like, I'm too like. I don't think anyone's big time me. I don't really know of anyone. Like Collins was just on Pershawn, right? Like people just are kind to each other and make time for each other and try and help each other grow. I like to say it's collaboration, not competition. That there's enough for everybody. Rising tide raises all boats, all that shit. But I really believe it, and the Snap community does nothing but prove me right in saying it.
Totally agree with that statement.
Well said.
Totally agree. I reached out to many top content creators, and they have no one has ever said no, which has been awesome. So
one person hasn't answered me. I'm not going to tell you. I'll tell you after. I'll tell you after the podcast.
That's fair.
Off air.
And I wonder if they told me yes and they told you no. Then
I mean,
it wouldn't surprise me.
Okay. Listen, I never. You know what? I'm going to do that to see. I'm going to see. I'm going to try that. Pulse. I'm going to try. I saw, but I'm going to try and see.
I posted it in our side chat.
Yeah, I saw it. So I'm saying,
because I don't want to shame the person. I don't know what happened. Right? Like, could have been anything. But like of the 100 people I've talked to, one is just like, I'm not talking to you.
It makes sense. I mean, I'll try. I'm going to try and see what happens. I mean, well, either way. let me get into. Can I go next? I'm sorry.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, go.
So thankful. When I saw this topic, I assumed you meant community thing in the sense of what the community has done. So my favorite thing was SnapCon. I think Felicity and her crew definitely put on a great community event. SnapCon 23 was amazing. I hope they continue to do the same thing. Okay, of course I got to shout out Snap Creator Clash, bugging out. Creator Clash that came out last February. Me, Lou, and Kawa, we put that together where we had a bunch of people come out.
Do it again.
Awesome too. Yeah, that's the plan. We're hoping to do 3.0 this upcoming February. So we'll see. You guys will start seeing stuff with that happening. But yeah, the community, like you said, Pulse is phenomenal. Doesn't matter. Size doesn't matter. Everyone is always willing to help each other. Sino's loving that. Yeah.
And look, the reason we're saying size doesn't matter so much is we know Robo is listening. We want to make him feel better about himself.
Shout out to Robo. Man.
Oh man, it's so funny. But yeah, and I think that's exactly what it is. The Snap community is just phenomenal in that way.
Oh man.
So definitely, I totally agree with that. That's what I'm thankful for. What about you, Sino?
Oh, Pulse took my answer. I don't know if hosts should go first.
I was trying to go last. You see where my name is on the list. Roy called on me. I always make myself last.
Blame Roy. Roy, do you have to deal with this all the time, bro? Are you often getting blamed?
I will neither confirm nor deny. But you can let us know what your favorite community thing is that Glazer didn't steal from you.
Oh man. So for the sake of being different, since Glazer took my my answer, I'm gonna say my favorite community thing was Snap Stars because I enjoyed taking part in it. It was awesome. I was really honored at the fact that they asked me to be in it. I mean, why would I? Because I am the top 5 best snappers in the world. You know, you gotta invite the top 5 guy. But no. I was appreciative that they let me in. It was a great time. I got to sit there and watch great streamers battle. So yeah, I was extremely appreciative and thankful for that. I was gonna say, I'm just gonna add it really quickly, the community also, because I'll be honest, the only reason I really stream is because the chat and the Snap community accepted me so quick. It was crazy. And I built relationships with people inside text chat, just basically talking shit and joking around, and everybody having a great time. And it's just been an awesome experience. So yeah, that and the community is definitely what I'm thankful for.
I guess for me, it's gonna have to be, this is truly a community thing. Would be Aaron. Like Glazer here is probably my favorite thing about the Marvel Snap. It's the thing that keeps me coming back.
Wait, he's actually being nice to me, guys. I need to see this. Let me.
It's
my whole year is
very true. So, but definitely, I've been very impressed.
Job, bro.
As someone who sees behind the scenes that the sort of love and care that Aaron puts into doing over the last year, it's just been really impressive. So definitely Pulse Glazer is my favorite thing about the Marvel Snap. The name I will never, ever get over that has stuck for him. Anyway,
it's so dumb.
Let's go to the next one. All right. Our fifth here is one good card and one not so good card. All right, Sino. You're going to go first because we don't want anyone to steal your card.
Yeah.
Since Glazer stole your community thing.
See, I'm not thankful for Pulse. You're thankful? I'm not.
You know what? We should switch this up. Let's have me pick Sino's best and worst card. And he's going to pick my best and worst card. Let's see how much we know each other. You guys should do the same thing.
Oh, God.
I know.
I'll fail with Glazer. So.
I think that's what we should do. I'll be Sino. I'm going to go for Sino first.
This could be the end of podcasts here, bro. This is like a relationship game. If you get it wrong, the other person's going to be really pissed, bro.
And join us for next week for Snap Judgments with Roy and Sino and me and Tech on Snapcast. It's going to be great.
Yeah, this is crazy. Okay.
So Sino's good card, his favorite card would have to be Surfer or Tribunal. I'm going to go Surfer for sure. And his not so good card would be Elias.
Oh shit! He knows me.
Sorry, no. Not so good card isn't a card you hate. It's a card that you like that's bad.
Oh, like the card that he likes that's bad. This is a good one. Hold on.
Definitely failed this challenge.
I got it. Surfer is the good card. Mr. Negative is the not so good card.
That's a good one.
Oh, okay. It's right on. I love Mr. Negative, but yeah, I guess people would say that's not so good because it's very reliant on the fact that you get him, and if you can Zabu it, maybe get it out early. If not, you really need to get him by 4. And I really do love negative card lists. They could be so good when they play out the way they're supposed to. So shout out to Ken. I think he got that one.
All right. Good luck now for you.
Yeah, I'm fucked. There's nothing I can do on this one.
I know what your favorite good card is.
Yeah,
that's easy.
You guys should
good
know.
card is the Infinite.
That's good answer. Good answer.
If you listen to Ken, and he believes that Infinite is actually undervalued out here in this meta, that he deserves a buff to 25. He's 100%. Fucking crazy, but hey, he likes it, so we love it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, his good card is the Infinite. The card that he loves that is not so good.
It's tough.
That was tough. A tough one.
I gotta think about it myself.
It's still Infinite.
I mean, that's
no. You know what? No. It's fair. It's pretty.
It's a pretty fair answer.
I know what the answer is.
It's a pretty fair answer.
What card does he play with Infinite all the time?
Oh, Black Knight. That's fair.
Oh, good answer. Know what? That is fair. Answer. And you know what? That was a great answer because he does preach his Black Knight card list to me all the time, and I shut him down every time. I'd be like, fuck that card list or something. You know, my bad. I don't know if I'm speaking too crazy, but I just be like, F that card list. You know what I mean? Like, it would be that one and the Captain Marvel. I was going to say the Captain Marvel one.
Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel.
Excuse me, Miss Marvel. See, there's so many. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Black Knight though. I do shut him down on that a lot.
That's fair. All right. That's good. I love it. Pulse, your guy's turn.
Okay.
That's easy.
I
Roy's
got
easy.
Glazer. I got Glazer.
So Roy's favorite. So I don't know if
I think
this is
Glazer's
his.
gonna get this wrong, by the way.
So I'm gonna go with Nico for your favorite good card because you would not
I
shut
don't
up
own
about
Nico,
Nico for like 2 months.
I'll
You
give you a
didn't get
bot.
Nico?
I didn't get Nico. I just
Even I got Nico.
You
I
talked
was
about
extremely
Nico for
busy
so long.
that week. I couldn't grind them out, and I wasn't gonna. I didn't have the tokens, so
Then your favorite good card is probably Hella.
it's definitely on my list. Yeah.
So bad card. You can tell me what it is in a minute. But bad card, I'm torn between Tribunal and Galactus. I don't think you like Modern Galactus, and I know you love Tribunal. So I'm gonna go with Tribunal.
Good
Yeah,
card.
you're definitely right about Tribunal. Yes.
This is not so good. He's
For
right.
you, it's going to be
Not a good card.
classic Shang-Chi is Glazer's favorite card of all time.
Mm-hmm.
You could also say like
Classic
Enchantress
Shang-Chi.
could also go to those. Glazer likes the corny interactive cards. Always has, always will. And then that makes him feel like he's Aristotle. And then favorite
That's so
bad
good.
card is
Aristotle.
You know, this one was hard, but I'm going to go with an
This is
oldie but a
hard.
goodie. Squirrel Girl, because I know you love the character.
It's on my list.
And
I
I've got
hate squirrels.
picked 3 of each,
That's
so I
awful.
didn't get sniped. Yeah, it's on
Is
my
this
list.
like a rib?
Yeah.
Is this like a
Nope, I
rib
love
towards
Squirrel
me?
Girl. No, I love
Pulse?
Squirrel Girl.
I feel like this is
Look,
coming at-
Squirrel Girl is one of my favorite characters. I'm the one who sent that squirrel in your window. Just
Yeah, exactly. I think that was a shot at me, guys.
no.
For
it's-
people who don't know, just an inside joke. Like a squirrel actually got into my apartment in my son's room, and yes, it was an experience trying to get that fucking squirrel.
and
out
he
of
called the cops. You know how rare it is for someone
I'm
from
from Brooklyn, bro.
Brooklyn
I
to
don't,
call the
I don't deal with wild animals, my guy. I don't deal with that shit.
But you call the
bull, I'll wrestle a pit bull down. I ain't wrestling no fucking squirrel with rabies and shit. Doing that. Yeah, I told my girl, call the cops. I was like, yo, call 911. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you. I figured they would send like animal control or something to come get it.
not at night.
Dude,
Animal control doesn't work at night.
well, no, it was like in the middle of the day. It
Oh,
was
in the middle of the day, then yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they still didn't come. They was like, yeah, they're not coming for a squirrel. I was like, I looked at him like, what? Like, yo, that cop was no help. But that just a long story short, yeah, I had to push out the netting in my window, and the squirrel, thank God, was smart enough. It was an experience. It's a whole story, but he got out, and then yeah. So ever since then, I don't mess with squirrels. I don't even walk around.
There
But
we
yeah,
go.
so I thought it was a shot. Pulse was coming at me with.
hey, I didn't even pick it. It was on my 3. I had 3. It was there. It was definitely there. So Roy, what's your favorite card then?
My favorite card currently,
Or like, yeah, the good card you like best.
well, my good card I like best right now is Apocalypse.
Oh, okay.
Good. I like
I
that.
know you've been playing Discard. I didn't realize you liked Apocalypse so
go.
much. Okay.
Card
APOC.
feels good.
Weird enough, you mentioned the fast forward. You know what doesn't fast forward? When I have Wong, Mystique, and Gambit with Swarm in my hand, it does not fast forward. My poor opponent have to watch me annihilate their board and
Oh,
watch
man.
each
I
Swarm disappear. and
Only,
come back.
only
can
one out of
never
every
get that
17
combo to
opponents
pull off
has to see
properly.
it.
So
Really?
it always hits the like one card that isn't Swarm that's still stuck in my hand because
Wow.
like, it just always does.
I gotta say,
Nah,
the
they don't.
card-
They don't
well,
fast
you
forward
need Nico, though.
Odin, the Wong, Mystique, Odin, Ironheart either. Like you have to sit down and just watch.
Oh my god. Someone made
forever.
someone made the like 1,000 power Black Panther with priority to me earlier today, and I just played Shadow King.
Oh,
And I just smiled and took my cues. I didn't
that is
fist
so
bump, I didn't
mean,
emo.
bro.
I muted them immediately. and left the
Glazer,
game.
you
That's-
should have just conceded, man. Like that's
Yeah,
just
that's
not-
what I'm
little
saying.
garbage.
That's
Don't play
just
Shadow King on that.
I
That's
was like-
ridiculous.
I was like, I wonder if he's gonna play Zola or Odin. Oh god, if he plays Odin, this is too funny.
Could have been.
He dropped
Task.
Odin.
Wow.
He dropped Odin. I was like, all right, man.
That's
Would
so
it be
beautiful.
Task too? Yeah, it was amazing.
Phone in the garbage. Phone in the garbage.
So,
Yeah,
so
that's
in
fucked up.
that location also was what's his stupid name? Ironheart.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
And so just like all the pumps were gone. And it was one of the negative locations, so they ended up with 4 or 6 power in the location, something stupid. It was
that
amazing.
was so mean.
It was so
bro.
fun. It was
Roy's
so
right.
fun.
You should have conceded. That's messed up, bro.
like
you
that
ruined
person
somebody's
deserved that
day.
win. Like there's very few
Yeah.
things somebody
So-
deserves in life, but
So I spent Thanksgiving weekend. I decided
Thanksgiving week, man. Weekend hasn't even started.
Weekend? No. Okay, sorry. The Thursday, the Thursday and Friday. I fell down. Like, I usually start out like at infinite, like 2,000, and then I just ignore it and play meme decks on ladder. And I was like, I wonder if I can stay high. So like, I decided, and I fell down to like 6,000-7,000 again, meme decking and bullshit. So I climbed back up to like 4,100. And I'm like, okay, so I can climb, and now I don't care again, so I'm back to playing my bullshit. But for a while, I was like actually seriously playing Pro Slider just to prove to myself I could.
Just to see if you still got it.
Yeah, I'm one of the players that don't care about Pro Slider.
Me neither. But I wanted to know if I could.
You know what? Next season, I'll try it.
All right. What's our number 4, Aaron?
It's gone. Number 4. What is the card you are most looking forward to? I can't say nightmares again, bro.
Night Nurse, you mean?
Night Nurse.
All right. Sino, what you got for us, my friend?
I'm gonna go with random. And random is a 4 cost, 0 power. And his on reveal is he sets the card's power equal to the power of a random card in your deck. So I'm thinking this is I can kind of play this in my big power card lists, like some Lockjaw, and use them kind of like a Dracula, another Dracula in there. So if I have Infinite still in my hand, or maybe some other high powered card in my Lockjaw hand still, I can just take that on maybe play him on the last turn and still take that power right on, play it on the board. So I'm gonna go with random on that
one. There are 2 cards that I'm kind of most excited for.
I didn't know we could say 2. That's cheating.
Okay. All right. I'll pick one then, since that's how you feel. I'm gonna go with Hulk's son, Sakaar. I am pumped for that card. The fact that we can get it out by having hold on, I don't remember what it was, but it was very cool. And I was like, oh, we're gonna get him at a nice low cost.
I'll read it to you in 1 second. Just gotta load. All right.
I'm putting it up right now too.
611 as we load very slowly. Costs 2 less for each of your cards that has 10 or more power.
Right. So thank you very much for that. Yeah. So thinking about dropping out cards like, Typhoid Mary and other cards nice and early to be able to pull him out at a 2 cost is going to be super fun. I definitely can't wait to try to do that kind of synergy with Sakaar. So that's the card I'm most looking forward to. My second one was Sebastian Shaw. Just want to throw it in there for Sino.
Wow, you just had to sneak that in there, though. Technically, that's going twice. Even if you sneak it in there, that's going twice, bro.
And now Roy has to look through cards real fast.
I already got one that's not none of those. Because Sebastian Shaw is just another damn Shuri card. Like
that's why I love Shuri.
I don't need that.
There you go.
I don't need that in my life anymore. How a deck? I can hate a deck so much for a character I love so much at the same time. Anyway, is Havoc. All right, so 2 cost, 1 strength, but let me make sure I say this right. After each turn, you lose 1 max energy, and this gains 3 power. I think this is just like a really cool card. It could suck, or it could be overpowered, but I think that it has some cool incentives that is just like a really interesting card. I think all we've got the ramp cards like Electro and and Wave, right? I'm interested to see sort of like an anti-ramp card and like what it does for Marvel Snap, and
right.
Are there enough 1, 2, and 3s that you can build the consistency without any big finishers? I think it's really interesting. And maybe what's gonna, before it takes off, it's gonna require maybe 1 more card that does something like this, but it's, I think, really interesting and asks completely new things of deck builders and playing the game and all that stuff. It's also a really good spotlight cash week because I don't either have Nico or Legion, so I will be opening for both of those. So, and it's over Christmas.
I love Legion. Legion also would have been one of those cards that make me feel like Aristotle that I love a lot, just for the record. Werewolf by Night, same concept. All right. But cards I'm looking forward to, I'm doing 2 also. Getting ready to cheat. because Ken already did.
Wow.
So, so gonna
My
follow
guy.
his lead. I'm gonna say
Yes.
I am hyped for Firestar. I think Firestar is gonna be fucking busted.
Okay.
Welcome back to Hitmonkey Mysterio stuff.
Yep.
Just Firestar is a 6/3 that gives its power to every card you played the turn before.
Last. Yeah.
So like it's at least giving 3 power to all those cards at the end of on the last turn. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like I'm super excited for it. I think it changes the game and it brings back Hitmonkey, and I love Hitmonkey.
Mhm.
The other card I'm really excited for is Grandmaster. Is it
Okay.
Grandmaster? Is that the name of it? Yeah, Grandmaster. Grandmaster is a 2/0
Yeah.
that when you play it, it moves. It's an on reveal. When you play it, it moves an on reveal to the center location and triggers that on reveal again.
That's gonna be so much
I'm
fun.
gonna have so much fun with that card. I'm gonna
That
have so
card's
much
very
fun with
cool.
that card.
Sheesh.
Card's gonna be pretty busted, but it's
Yeah, it sounds crazy.
Move is so fun. I just want more good move stuff.
That's crazy. Can you read that again? Actually.
2/0.
Mhm.
On reveal, it moves a card when played at a location, it moves an on reveal to
Alright.
to middle, and then that card's on reveal triggers.
Alright, I'm gonna
again.
actually. I'm in Marvel Snapstone right now. I'm gonna give.
Grandmaster is 2 words.
Oh, it's Grandmaster's 2 words in Marvel. All
Yeah,
right,
that's I
It's
had
It's
to.
the teacher.
All right, cool.
impulse.
Let's
No,
get the
it's so you
actual
can
text.
look it up.
All right, on reveal. So it is 2 for 0. Glazer is correct. On reveal, move one of your other on reveal cards here to the middle location. Its ability happens again. So it has to be not in the middle location, and the on reveal has to be in the same location as Grandmaster.
Yeah.
So, just to be clear, because that was not clear from how Aaron was explaining the card.
Either way, the way the card works is I win games.
What month is this?
That's
supposed
what
to be
that card is. January. It's a January.
January.
It's the last week of January,
It's
I
the one
believe.
with Sakar and
okay.
The other card that is the anti-Killmonger.
Just for the record, I believe it's in the same spotlight cache as when Werewolf comes back, which is just like,
Crazy.
Okay, like
because Werewolf. Yeah.
So this is incredible with Werewolf. Werewolf is going to jump over to that lane, not to the middle, but like now you've got the Werewolf power in that lane, and then you've got the other on reveal in the middle.
Yeah.
Like a Werewolf, like Black Panther deck type
Yeah,
thing. Like, let's
that's
go.
the first thing that jumped in my mind. I was like, oh, you could jump Panther all the way to the mid and he'll proc again.
Yeah,
Like that'd be awesome.
Oh no, it's not. It's not that week. Sorry, Werewolf is with Beta Ray Bill, who's also really cool. Grandmaster is
Beta Ray
with.
Bill is
Ready?
awesome.
Wait. Ready for who Grandmaster is with?
Yeah, Mirror.
Loki and Elsa Bloodstone.
Oh yeah, delete right now. Delete that week.
Delete.
A lot more people
All
are
right.
gonna have it then.
Beta Ray's just another Thor, though.
It is not just another Thor. It is double its power.
It's stronger than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it goes to 10 now.
Yeah,
No,
sure. But
if you put a Shuri on it, yeah.
Yeah, if you get more power on them, now it's doubling that power.
It's but it works under the same kind of tech as Thor.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
You
but
get,
like, yeah, Nick Septa calls for it. But like, so there's going to be a pump deck because of Sebastian Shaw. Like Sebastian Shaw is going to make a pump deck exist, and then like you just like, all right, so I happen to have a Okoye, right? Or I happen to have what's the 3/3? Nick, thank you, Nikia. And I just have these cards, right? So like, I have these cards in my deck because I'm running Shaw, and Shaw's going to be huge if I have that. So like, all right, cool. Now like I've got a 4/12. Okay, thanks.
What's Beta Ray Bill's cost though?
4/5.
4/5?
4/5. And
4/5.
his
Goes to 10.
And his thingy-majig, his Stormbreaker is an 0/1.
Yeah.
So you get extra power that way too.
Oh, 1.
Which isn't
unlike Mjolnir, which is the 0/0.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
0/0, yeah.
Okay.
So Beta Ray is going to be real good.
I mean,
mine's was Blob, also my second one, just to cheat. Oh, did Roy go yet? Did I steal yours?
No,
Roy's good.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, yeah, it's just Blob. I want to see what Blob.
I'm really excited for everything in January. By the way, like
Yeah,
Hercules, Miek, and Kyra. I wish they didn't print Kyra, but whatever. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
She's interesting though. I thought it was Sierra or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, no. Yeah, we thought it was Sierra.
Okay.
Anti-Killmonger, yeah, it's gonna be a great season.
So if it was just anti-Killmonger, I'd like it. It's anti-Killmonger and anti-Shang, and like
Shang-Chi.
Go away.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
Like stop hurting my Shang-Chi. Did you not hear what we're saying?
That's why I'm happy for Tribunal right now because he can't be Shang-Chi'd.
So that I'm okay with. Like that I'm totally fine with. it's the like America Chavez and like random other stuff that's on like the 8 power cards that are on the +1 location that bother me. Like I'm fine with Tribunal. It's just like America Chavez is just a 9 power. Like I knew an opponent, like I had an Iron Lad in a location.
She needs a buff.
And I was just like, America needs to like be redone.
Redone.
Yeah, we'll get there in 2 minutes.
Agree. I'm sure. Oh,
literally the next slide. Buff a card, nerf a card. You don't have to tell us what the buff and nerf will be. What's the card that needs a buff? What's the card that needs a nerf?
Super Tech Guy, what you got for us?
Infinite needs a buff.
Oh god.
And
Jesus Christ.
And I mean Arrow needs a buff too. Okay, Infinite needs a buff, and Elias needs a nerf for sure.
Yeah.
I see. Know what
I
you
don't
got
want to
for
kill
us.
Elias, but he just needs it.
Well, off the back, nerf Elias and Loki. Well, I don't even care about the Loki. Nerf Elias. If anything else, if I had one fucking choice in this world, if I get one wish, it's nerf Elias. And my buff is buff Captain America and buff Surfer, of course. Let's bring Surfer back, y'all.
No.
Let's bring Surfer
+3
back. And my first pick is Surfer though, so Captain America was just a bonus. But yeah, bring Surfer back. I've been saying this for a while now on our podcast. Anywhere I could say it, I've been saying it. I said on our podcast with Lambie. Lambie also said Surfer would work at its old form in this meta.
He's wrong.
He said it. Hey, he said it. All right.
He's wrong. Every time anything.
You said Lambie knows all. Okay,
I
earlier.
Said,
all right.
Like,
See, there you go.
Gameplay, not game design.
No, walk it back now.
Shadow King is coming out in a week. You cannot give Surfer that buff.
Bring Surfer back, Post. That's my.
Not Shadow King. I keep saying Shadow King for Black King for Sebastian Shaw.
Huh? Bring Surfer back. That's what I want.
How about you, Pulse?
Roy, go first because I changed my mind about my nerf.
I think my buff is going to be Jean Grey. I think Jean Grey needs a buff. Okay. And nerf? What card annoys me the most when people play it? You know what? I actually want to just see Red Skull nerfed to the ground. I fucking hate Red Skull the character, and I fucking hate the Siri characters. So, like, I just do not like Red Skull. Skull needs to be one of those, like, 20 cards is unplayable. And so I never have to see that Nazi motherfucker when I'm playing my card game. So, there we go.
There you go. There it is.
Really doesn't like Red Skull. Got it.
Great answer, though. Great answer. Can't get mad at him for that.
Fuck Red Skull. That is not my pick, but it's a great pick. Fucking hate Red Skull. Like, keep Nazis out of the game. They shouldn't be comic. Like you could just literally keep Red Skull's text and make it be like, I don't know, pick random stupid Hulk villain, right? Like, and I'd be perfect. Just get the Nazi out of the game. All right. I want to buff Kang. I know that it's obvious, but like, just Kang needs a buff. And everyone's like, but just make him a 4. Then he's America Chavez and he goes in every deck. So let's not make him a 4. Thanks.
No.
Redesign him, make him a playable card. Like, he's just too junk.
I like it.
So I think the only reason he's a big bad, by the way, is that the community have demanded it because we're idiots. We were like, Kang's a big bad. Null should be a big bad. I think they were going to make Tribunal a big bad, and then they were like, not that anything gets serious dropped anymore. So like Jeff's a big bad, but whatever. All right, and nerf America already. Fix America. Like redesign America. It's time for America to stop. Like I start decks with just America. Like I'm like, all right, so America Chavez. What do I want to play today? So Zabu, okay, so I need America Chavez. Oh, a bounce deck. All right, I need America Chavez. Oh, wait, Shuri Red Skull. I've got to run America Chavez, so I make sure I see that Shuri. Like, it's just like so I need to.
You want to make America great again? I get it.
That is you are aligning with my political beliefs right now.
Well, actually, Glazer wants to ruin America. Is really what he's saying right here.
That was a big argument at the dinner table last night. That we can't talk politics at family.
So someone said critical race theory around me, and I looked up, and they were like, "Never mind." I was like, "That's probably the right decision." You will regret the shit out of this conversation. Because, like, hey, listeners, I'm a teacher, and straight up, I teach critical race theory all the fucking time. Like actual critical race theory. It's perfectly fine.
That's so funny.
Wow.
Oh,
that's crazy.
I do. Like, they're like, wait, you do that? I'm like, yeah, here's what I do. Like,
topic.
They're like, oh, that doesn't sound bad. And I'm like, oh, right, really? Because it's not? Thanks.
Wrong topic.
All right. Sorry about that.
No, you didn't do it. Tech did. Don't worry about it.
All right, friends. What is number 2, right? Everybody's gone here?
Oh, yeah.
All right. What's number 2?
Roy's like, get off this topic. Free parking.
Free parking. What? All right. This
Talk
is
about anything you want.
Anything we want. Okay. So, Tech, what is one just general thing you're grateful for in Marvel Snap?
Say it again. The one thing what?
What general thing are you thankful for in Marvel Snap? Anything you want.
Jeez. It's a lot to be thankful for.
He's running for Snap president. He's going to say the community again. I'm just thankful for
we spoke about the community. Community's good to go. We already spoke about that.
Look. If he has to say it again, because then maybe they'll give him that one variant he's missing.
Yeah.
We need that variant. I don't know how to get that variant. I'm thankful for a lot of things, but I do want to discuss one thing. What I'm not thankful. Well, okay, I am thankful, but nonetheless, I feel that those who are variant complete get punished lately. It feels like in the caches, I can no longer get variants as easy as I used to.
Oh, sweet God!
Now they're giving me, titles and avatars.
Oh my God,
which is crazy. Which I get. I understand why they do that.
This is insane.
That's something I wanted to talk about. I think not just for people who got variants. I think in general, when it comes to spotlight caches, I don't think we should have to go and open up 4 caches. I think the game should know you should get the new card first. You should get the variant second. You should get the card you don't have third.
Playing the world's smallest violin with this.
Whoa. Wait. I think actually, what the general thing Tech just said is good for the masses. Yes, the first spotlight cache for each week you open should be the card.
Right.
That was good. That was good.
Because you're putting all that.
Like the
variant. And then the tokens, because you put in that work to get those keys, right? It's not like these keys are just, given to you. You have to put in that work. So you obviously want the new card. That should always be the first spotlight cache.
I agree. At the very least, if it's multiple cards you need, it should be a card. Like, there's nothing more annoying than like
it should be the tokens. Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. Mm-hmm. When you have everything and they're like, oh, it's not a new card. It's a variant, sometimes good ones, sometimes bad ones. Like,
right.
I like that Dagon variant I opened on my way to Annihilus, but did I really need it? Yeah. No, not really.
Legion, right?
Yeah.
And that's. I think we need some more gaps like that.
Oh man!
But I am thankful for the spotlight cache.
That was like the worst answer to this question I've ever heard anybody ever give.
He's like, I'm grateful for they fucked me.
But I am grateful for it.
Fair that the guy who has all the variants and all the cards and all the boosters and all the caches and all this stuff isn't able to get his card or whatever.
As simple as before.
Come on.
But I am happy for the spotlight cache because people now can get cards. Card collection is a whole lot better now. Acquirement. It's a whole lot better than it is before. So I'm thankful for that. Okay, Sino, I'm gonna get me something to drink while you say what you got to say.
I'm just saying, guys, you got to play the violin when that goes on. I'm most thankful. Because I think I summed that up with as far as the other question, but I want to say my variant acquisition as of late. I've been pulling a lot of very rare and crazy variants in like caches and stuff like that, and it's been really enjoyable process for me, and splitting has been really good lately for me. Like when I get a gold finish, it just brightens up my. So I'm thankful for the gold finish. I am a big fan of the gold. I'm a big fan of the inks also. It's just been really enjoyable for me for these last couple months as far as variant acquisition and variant split goes, and I'm thankful. I'm very thankful for that. So I think that's more of an answer you were looking for with this, and not poor me. I have everything yet I get nothing, and then I'm very thankful. But I'm just saying.
Right, because I got
me,
three things.
I am going to be thankful for the semi-anonymous 6,000th person who will have liked or followed the Snap Judgments YouTube page. By the time this goes up, it's currently like 5,99999 right now. So whoever that person
refreshing it every 2 seconds.
Whoever that person is that brings the Snap Judgments podcast YouTube to 6K, I salute you. You're now 4K.
Let's go.
Oh, Glazer's 4K away from the first time YouTube will send him one of those like book things, like the little like plaques for 10K. So, really getting Glazer to achieve his life goals, to have a sort of a paperweight on his desk that
now I'm
says
going to talk about this.
Snap Judgments podcast 10K on it. So to keep those papers 100%. He doesn't grade down from blowing off.
Wait. Whenever I'm like, Carl and I talk about this, my wife and I talk about this, right? I'm like, hey, look, I got another like X amount of, I'm always happy and she's happy. And we're like, and Noah's like, Aphmeow, his favorite Minecraft, has like 2 million. And I'm like, motherfucker, can you be happy? It's like, I don't know. I'm like, I got like an extra of like 40 on this video. He's like, Aphmeow just does like 1 million a video. I don't know what you're even happy about. And I'm like, you little motherfucker.
Well,
thanks, man. You make me feel real good about this, Noah.
Noah and Super Tech God would be BFFs because they both think the rich should keep getting richer. So there we go.
Now who wants to make America great again?
There we go.
You know what, Paul?
What are you thankful for, Aaron, my friend?
All right. So honestly, I gave myself a year for the YouTube to hit 1,000, and 6,000 in 8 months. Like literally blows my mind. Like it's
amazing, guys.
It's completely
nice.
That's huge.
It just like, and people are like, "Wow, what? Like you're so like." I can't believe you only have 6,000. I'm like, are you insane? Like you have a lot. Like I'm doing dances in my house at 6,000. Shit. I am nothing but grateful and like thrilled that people seem to like the content.
Yes,
but that is not my answer. Also, thing I'm thankful for
a little bit.
Rainbow Snap Clash raised over $2,000 for Trans Lifeline and was an incredible tournament.
Congrats.
But that is also not what I'm thankful for.
Okay,
what I'm thankful for is Robitussin Radio.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna move on to our number one now.
No. On Robo Radio last night, there's like 6 of us in Robo so high. Yeah. So,
oh my god. Okay.
Like he's just like, but so we're like, so like in the middle location is somebody help me with the. You can play 4 cards here. Turns 1 card into 4 cards. Name the location. Help me.
You could turn what? 1 card into 4?
You play 1 card and it just...
Sinister London?
Bar Sinister.
Yeah.
Bar Sinister.
Yeah, no, Bar Sinister. So it's turn 5 and we're all like talking to him about what to play. And he's like, no, I got this. So the left location is the one that closes at the end of turn 5.
Right.
The vault. So he played Sentry into Bar Sinister.
Oh my god!
So he had, but like we're all screaming at him like no, and I go, where do you think? I go, hey, where do you think you're gonna play a card? And he's got Annihilus in hand. I go, where do you think you're gonna play a card last turn, man? And he goes, nah, I got this. And everyone's like, no, as he drops it, and Bar Sinister fills with sentries, and then he's got -40 in the right location and nothing in the locked left location. And just like he had to get up and leave. We laughed for like 10 minutes straight.
Wow.
Like,
that was amazing.
It's like the birth of my child and then that moment.
Stay. This is telling you kids, stay on the drugs. All right. Just like I'm saying no to continuing this part of the segment. All right. So number 1 thing we are thankful for, deck and style. All right. Super Tech God, which Infinite deck are you most thankful for?
Black Knight. Thank God. I'm thankful for Black Knight. Black Knight made my discard deck even better.
Mhm.
Adding Shuri in there made it even better. Being able to drop a 40 shard. Is it shard? No, 40 blade on
See, look at you. You don't even know if it's a blade or a shard.
And then Ghost Rider pull back the Infinite. Best thing ever. I'm thankful for that deck. And of course, I like this card. That's my favorite archetype, so I like the style.
Sino?
My guy. Deck and style. I'm torn here, guys, because I feel like I'm torn between favorite. I like my high Evo Lockjaw deck. I'm gonna go with that. I wanted to say Hella Tribunal so bad because you said a Tribunal was a bad
6,000. Someone just made me happy.
All right, there you go. Let's go. 6K.
Live.
Wow,
As we're recording this, but in the past to you, loyal listeners and viewers.
Let's go.
Right, no one unsubscribe, please. I'll be up till 4 a.m. going, come on.
I'm gonna go, my high Evo Lockjaw card list. It's my favorite because I'm able to, with the grace of RNG, I'm able to put an enormous amount of power on the board throughout a bunch of locations, and there's seemingly nothing you can really do about it. So I like it. I like Lockjaw High Evo. That's what I'm going with. And High Evo also gives me the Wasp, so I'm also reducing power, while also putting it under Lockjaw and getting some of that big power out. I got Thor in there, so Hammer can go out as many times as I want. Lady Thor pulls my 0, so I can do a crazy amount of things on the end turn. Excuse me. And High Evo procs my Hulk up better than the Infinite. So that's always a plus too. Yeah, don't shake your head, Super Tech. You'll be alright, bro. You'll be alright. So that's my favorite.
And style?
Right. Style. You're right.
Isn't that what kind of style is that though? What was it? RNG?
No.
So Lockjaw, I think Lockjaw counts as its own style, right?
Style. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Lockjaw is
it's
an archetype.
It's its own. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
Roy's
our boy.
All right. So for me, it's going to be currently discard. I've been just really enjoying classic discard with very no thrills or.
It's so fun.
Thrills. Yeah, like it's classic. Like I think the newest card is Dakin. I think is the newest card in there.
Yes.
So for my version, I don't do the Black Knight stuff. Don't have the card.
Well, that would be the newest discard card, right? Black Knight.
But it doesn't go in Apocalypse.
Silver, there's going to be Apocalypse version. Silver Samurai. Could go. But anyway, my favorite archetype is combo. I just absolutely love combo decks in Marvel Snap. Marvel Snap has some really cool ones. Hala being a great example. I think Living Tribunal is honestly the best card that they've printed in a long time. Not because it's the best objective card, like just call it like a Loki or Werewolf by Night or something, but just simply because there's so many different things you can do with the card, and it asks you to do completely different things than any other Marvel Snap card does. And they need to print more cards like that. And I think there needs to be more high synergy decks in Marvel Snap. And I absolutely love combo. I loved Galactus when it was an actual combo deck and not kind of what it is now. I love Living Tribunal decks. I love Hella decks, and I love discard.
Cool. So my answer would be Thanos for most of Snap's history, but it's not right now because I don't think Thanos is super playable with all the junk everywhere. I've got 5 move decks built right now. So 5 bounce decks built right now. 5 bounce decks. And they're all in World by Night. But besides that, they're all fairly different. I've got a move bounce, I've got a junk bounce, I've got a Darkhawk bounce, a Hit Monkey bounce, and a Loki bounce.
Degenerate.
I really like bounce decks. And people will be like, Storm, I win. It's like, no, you don't. You can't beat me in 2 other lanes. I'm gonna drop a 17 power werewolf on you. What do you think you're doing? It is ridiculous. I've beaten a Hulk with Werewolf by Night. It's just fun. It's like it's the whole like, and then like I'm just spider hamming things left and right. I've got like a oh my god, I posted the picture in chat the other day. I got the whatchamacallit, oh my god, I can't think of the name of the stupid card. It was the move locations to the right location, which I'm sure Tech will tell me the name of.
You do my Nico when she has
the
location. Move locations
the card
to the right, like swap them.
It just moves a card to the right. It moves like all your cards to the right on the fourth turn.
You're saying the right, but you're pointing to the left, so it's throwing.
I'm pointing to the right.
Oh, okay. Because
so the card moves all the card. Oh, you mean no?
Bifrost.
Bifrost, thank you.
Yes,
so I'm playing move bounce, and the left location is the Nexus. That's one even I know. And I had Human Torch. I had Beast and Falcon, Bifrost, Human Torch with I had Human Torch with Ghost Spider and Iron Fist 3 times.
Wow.
And they had Shuri Red Skull, and they piled everything so confidently. And I was like, I have like a 300 power Human Torch. We're okay, thanks. So I won that game.
So no worries.
But it's just the sheer shit you can do with bounce.
Bounce,
is so
bounce,
fun.
bounce.
And when I get Grandmaster in that deck, just saying. Woo, woo, woo.
Nice. All right.
Let's bring us to variant of the week, our final segment of every episode. All right, so I think everybody knows, and we'll just start with him. All right, why this Infinite variant Super Tectogod?
Steampunk variant is one of my first variants I've gotten for the Infinite, and I got all types of gold inks, etc. So the steampunk one is my favorite. I would say second is Dan Hip, but definitely looking at all the variants, I definitely like this one the most. So that's why I chose the steampunk.
Cool, that's dope. I definitely went with the Chibi Iron Man. This is the basic card. Mine's guy has the gold finish. It's one of the reasons why I chose it. Gold finish and. I can't get specific right now. I know it has a flare or something like that, but reason I chose that is 1, Iron Man's my favorite Avenger, and 2, I was a big fan of this Chibi variant. It's one of my favorites. The gold finish I have on it is only my second gold finish in the whole out of all my cards, so it has sentimental value to me. And yeah, it's a fucking awesome variant. Like you got the missiles shooting out there. It's at night. You got the moon in the background. With the finish, the moon looks crazy. So it's I definitely like this. This is definitely my favorite variant.
All right. I've got the Mike Diodato Thanos, the one with the butterfly.
Amazing.
This is the butterfly variant you should choose. I've got this gold with the purple Kirby crackle. But even with the regular background, it fits the character perfectly. One of my favorite comic characters. Not done nearly as well in the movies. Sorry, not sorry. But I think
that was harsh.
I mean, it's true.
So like Thanos can play with butterflies, but Hulk can't. Okay, I got it. I got you. My bad.
Because Hulk isn't peaceful in any context, while Thanos is literally about peace, the peace of death, but still peace.
Okay, I'm just checking. That's messed up.
Anyway, for me, there's a lot of variants, but I really love this Colleen Wing variant. It is one of the ones that I spent gold on.
It's very good.
Again, it's in one of my favorite decks. I really love the hair that they gave Colleen here. It's really striking. But the number one thing is the cat. This is the best cat variant in the entire game. That cat looks awesome every time. I call this just the cat card. Every time I see this card, I'm like, oh, look at the kitty. And I absolutely playing this version of Colleen brings me joy every time I get an opportunity to play this variant. And that's what I want.
What about Goose? Goose gets no love.
Goose is good, but Goose, there's not Goose is not an actual cat. Goose is a flurkin, right?
He's a flurkin.
The flurkin elements to the right, not just an adorable cat. Not that I don't love Goose. Goose, I almost picked a Goose variant here, but I was like, no, we'll go with the traditional cat here. So
yeah, you're right. This is a good one. I agree. Okay.
And orange boys are the best. All right,
orange boys are great.
Other flurkins.
All right. So, supertech.god, why don't you give us a quick TLDR of what our loyal listeners and loyal viewers would find if they went and followed you on Twitch or X or whatever? And yeah.
Definitely, guys, come and hang out. You will have a great time at SuperTechGod over on twitch.tv/SuperTechGod. We always have awesome music playing. It's a nice, chill, calm environment. I do try my best to read everyone's comments, try to answer back, and give as much feedback as possible. Not to mention, I have one of the best mods in the world, top 5
best mods in the world. Yep.
There it goes, as in Sino. And of course, the community is just amazing, guys. Please definitely come out. I implore you to come out and have a good time with STG.
So my turn. STG is a star. And I'm like, there's some content creators that you watch and you're like, oh, you're gonna have 10 million followers. That's fun. And he's one, right? Like, he's magnetic. I spend more time in his streams than anyone else. I run them while I'm like making videos, while I'm getting everything together all the time. It's my favorite stream in Marvel Snap, like, period. It's a blast. It's a great time. You should absolutely check it out. My pleasure.
Thank you.
And if you would have me on the Collector, we'd really be getting somewhere.
It's coming. It's coming, my friend. The Collector is coming. I got you. Don't you worry.
Tech doesn't handle the Collector. He's just talent. You got to talk to the executive producer. We'll make it work.
Wow.
It's true. I wanted to be on Snapcast, and I bugged him for like 2 months. I said it once to you. I was on the next week.
Hey,
Wow.
I'm not about wasting time on that bullshit. You know what I mean? So, sometimes the talent has a lot that they have to do. They had a newborn and stuff like that in that time. So I can see why he was very, probably overwhelmed with the things that he was doing.
Wait. What's more important, a new baby or me on a podcast? Come on. Come on.
I'm sure you come close, maybe not. But
maybe not.
You talk to old top 5 here, I get shit done, bro. You're on. Boom. Done. It's over. So,
All right. So,
we'll get you on the Collector.
So why don't you tell us then, what are the top 5 things that our loyal listeners and loyal viewers would find if they went and watched you on twitch.tv/Sino Montana 829?
Yes, sir. I have no problems with that. Guys, when you come to my stream, you come see the top 5 best snappers in the world, you heard? And you're definitely going to have a great time. We're all about the vibe, all about the music, and just having a great time. No anxiety there. Just playing the game. I'm not gonna lie. No, there is anxiety when shit gets sweaty. If shit gets sweaty, it gets sweaty. You know what I mean? But we still keep it light. We still joke around. We have a tremendous amount of people that come to chat, and it's just awesome. I am an herbalist, so you might come through, put one in the air with your boy. But yeah, so you will catch me doing that on my stream. So that's just where I'm a very chill stoner type of vibe. But come through, hang with your boy. It's very light, very funny.
And one of his best episodes was when STG came over to his home and took over the stream.
That was like the worst.
I was out and I saw you tweet that, and I was so mad. I was like, "Well, how the fuck did I know this was happening?" I was so mad.
Yeah. That was not fun. I mean, he was spending gold. He was buying variants. I mean,
best thing ever.
I still haven't forgiven him for the Pixel Brew that he bought. It's not cool, but it's all right. There's a pro bundle in my fucking future. Let me tell you. But yeah, it's really awesome. But yeah, that's it. I don't have any more sell for you.
I do.
I stream at night. You can catch me on after usually the second shift. So if you catch a Tech God, I'm right on after that. So I'm the late night crew. So yeah, just come chill with your boy.
That is literally the only thing I don't like about your stream. I am so old. I'm in your stream for like a half hour and I'm going to sleep. I love you, but like work is still happening. But like it's a party and it's a good time, and like when I'm not there, I feel like I'm missing out, and then I go to sleep and I'm like, man, I wish I was still hanging out. And like, but I'm not, and like I could be laughing and having a good time and like and just enjoying myself, but no, I gotta go to bed for work. Like
Damn responsibilities.
It is. It's a really good counterpoint for after Tech 2 because Tech's stream is really chill, and Sino's is really energetic.
Yeah,
and like, so they're both really good times in totally different ways. But whenever I'm on Sino's stream, I'm laughing. I'm having a great time. There's almost always like, not right away, but like it ends up with like a chat with other creators at the same time fairly often, and that's a blast. Like it's a party vibe, and it's just a great time. It's super fun. And this is easily, like, I think the funniest episode of this podcast ever, and like that's obviously thanks to Sino. So you should really check him out.
I really appreciate you saying that, bro. No kinder words have been said. Thank you so much.
All right, friends, that brings us to the end of yet another episode of All New Snap Judgments. Just a quick reminder as we say goodbye, you can engage with us on Twitter/X at SnapJudgeCast. We are the official podcast of Marvel Snap Zone, and we're on their Discord. You can join their Discord by clicking the link in the description of this episode, either on YouTube or your friendly neighborhood podcatcher. We are also available via email at snapjudgmentspodcast@gmail.com or on Mastodon at snapjudgments with an E at tabletop.vip. And last but not least, we are definitely on YouTube now with 6K followers at Snap Judgments Pod. All right, Sino, thank you so much.
Excuse me, 6,003.
6,003. Good. It has not gone down. So there we go. All right. Hopefully even higher by the time you are listening to this. So, as I was saying, Sino, thank you so much for joining us today.
No problem. Thank you for having me so much. I appreciate it, guys.
Happy to have you on, and we're happy to have you on again.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Super Tech God, for joining us once again. You were a great guest and highly appreciated.
I appreciate you guys having me back on. This is awesome.
All right. Thank you so much, my friend. And last but not least, Glazer, my friend, it is always wonderful week in and week out to do this show with you. So congratulations on 6K followers, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Peace and love, everybody.
All right, loyal listeners, loyal viewers, stay safe, make good choices, and keep on Snap Being.